Let's get messy. Let's come up with a list of 5 coaches that are most likely to pull the next Bruce Pearl. So, this is what I mean. Let's get as specific as possible, as detailed with what we mean by Pearl. I don't just mean surprise retirement. That's not good enough. It has to be a tactical, I'm leaving, but I'm leaving so late that you have to give the job to my guy. Whether that's a son, whether that's somebody on the staff,
Yeah.
who is likely to ambush his fans and his players and his program by, oh, I'm out. Guess you got to hire this guy and force the athletic department's hand. We need to come up with a list of 5.
This is tough. I don't know who the next guy would be. I mean Cal, but I don't think Cal would ever do that. I don't think he cares that much.
There's a very, very, very obvious number one. Like I,
Well,
I would bet on this one happening tomorrow, maybe.
Patino?
Kelvin Sampson.
Oh, yeah. That's a
Kelvin Sampson is going to give it to his son, and he is going to leave whenever he wants.
but the only thing with it, I just think Houston would do that. I don't think he would have to do it late. Like I think Houston would do that. If Kelvin Sampson told them in April, like, hey, I'm leaving, I think they would just do it.
I do think he's been publicly named the successor already, like the coach in waiting, but I still think he qualifies for this list.
Okay.
So
In that case, I would add like Hurley to it. Because in my head, I could see Hurley leaving, but I don't think he would wait that long. But I do think Hurley's going to pull some strings to make sure his guy is the next coach at UConn.
here's my hot take on that. I actually disagree with you. I don't think Hurley cares enough about his guys.
Does his brother still coach?
His brother still coaches Arizona State. Here's how I would say this. I think Hurley will not care if UConn falls off a cliff when he leaves. I think his ego would almost prefer that it does. I don't think he wants to set his guy up to win as much as Dan Hurley does. That might be a misread by me, but that's part of this. And I don't think Hurley's ego will allow him to do it. Can I just throw nominees at you of other guys?
Yeah.
Going down the list of potential options, Mark Few. He's getting up there. I feel like when he goes, it's going to be like, surprise, in the middle of the night, I'm out. And he has a staff that he's kind of groomed that's just waiting around for it. So I think Mark Few is probably number 2 on the list. From there, we get into some more surprising names, but I'll hit you with some surprising names. I want to warn people these are going to be surprising. Very surprising. Brad Underwood loves Tyler Underwood. Brad Underwood loves Tyler Underwood and has promoted him and given him more and more and more and more responsibility. We are probably 8 to 10 years away from this. But when Tyler gets to Stephen Pearl age, would we really be that surprised if Brad Underwood just in the middle of the night did the chaotic chaos move and was like, oh, by the way, it's too late. You got to make Tyler the guy. Like
That feels
that seems within the realm of his playbook possibilities.
that feels very Underwoody. That feels very Underwoody. I'm not gonna lie.
Dion, you okay? You look a little sweaty.
So every August, September, my air conditioning breaks, and there's just nothing I can do about it.
Dude, that's tough. Out in California too. Like, I mean, what is it, like 80 degrees still there today?
Today's gonna be like 85, 90, but like peak summer, it gets like 110. My AC just doesn't ever hold up.
I mean, it sounds like it's a bummer that you can't take advantage of Duncan Mechanical Solutions because Duncan Mechanical Solutions is an HVAC company based in Angola, servicing the tri-state area, bringing commercial quality to the residential world with excellent customer service. You heard us talk about Duncan Mechanical last summer. If you need heating or air conditioning, kitchen or bath remodeling, or all of the above, Duncan Mechanical is the place to go in the Midwest. Go to DuncanMechanicalSolutions.com to take advantage and make sure you don't wind up like Dion. So I'm going to put him on the list for now, unless we come up with some other ones. I told you to be careful, folks. We sure Matt Painter wouldn't do this with PJ? Are we sure Matt Painter wouldn't do this with PJ Thompson?
I knew that was the name that was going to come. By the way, like Purdue fans talk about PJ Thompson like he's the most sought after associate head coach on the planet. I think the only team that's going to offer him the gig is going to be Purdue one day.
Here's the pitch. I've compared Painter to Beeline. Once Beeline reached the mountaintop, he was kind of like, well, what else is there? Right? And Beeline, by the way, whose son was a coach and kind of rising up the ranks, Beeline left for Cleveland. His son had some personal struggles, and now the whole family's disappeared. If Beeline could go back in time, he would have loved to retire last minute and try and tee up his son at Michigan over doing what he did and leaving for Cleveland. So I think Paint's a little more situationally aware. All I'm saying is, look, if Paint has 20 years left, that's great. What if he wins a national championship? What if Paint feels he's done the job? And what if Paint's sitting here looking down the bench like, man, PJ'd be really good at this. I'm kind of done here. It's not crazy that in the next 8 years, Paint could surprise everyone to tee up a guy he really believes in.
If Paint won this year, I could see it happening like as soon as next year, to be honest with you. Like him saying, like, I've done everything I can. My guys and Edie and Braden are not here anymore. I'm gonna tee this team up in a perfect spot for PJ and let him do his thing. If he won a natty, I could see it. I could see
Yeah.
it.
I think it'd be entirely dependent on the winning. Honestly, once he does it, then I think it would happen. We need one more on the list.
I have one.
Who you got?
This one's probably crazy. It falls under the Kelvin Sampson thing. Randy Bennett.
I don't know enough about their assistants to know who it would be, but I buy that he would do it.
I mean, he's been at St. Mary's long enough to where like I feel like he could do whatever, kind of the same way Kelvin Sampson or Mark Few could do whatever, and like it's okay. He also like he's not like a huge NIL guy. He's still figuring it out. So like I could see it being one of those things where he's just sick of it and he passes it off to somebody.
Yeah, I could see that too. I don't hate that. Hold on. I'm just looking up to see if Rick Barnes' son is on his staff at all. He's not. Okay, so that doesn't seem likely. Rick Barnes signing like a lifetime contract and then just leaving them, though, that would fall in the realm.
I could see. I don't know that Oates has a guy, but I could see Oates going to the NBA in a manner that forces Alabama to just hire an assistant.
That's a little different archetype wise, but I agree with you there. I won't be shocked if Oates shocks people. Trying to find one more. McDermott is the same as Kelvin Sampson. He has a coach in waiting, and he's been flirting with retirement for like years. So I think McDermott's probably the technical answer. We've made it this far into this exercise without saying Tom Izzo's name.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's ever going to retire.
I'm not either, but he has more than enough familial, I want this to be the guy, guys. It just depends on if he will ever step down. But I would rather not put Izzo on this list because I don't think he'll ever step down.
I don't think he will either. You want to know what a crazy name is, G? And it's so far away from here.
Who?
John Shire. Like 35 years from now.
I mean, that's hilarious. Also, I'm just loving we go through this. Like, none of the biggest, baddest names are here. Like, we're not putting Izzo here, too competitive. We're not putting John Calipari here, doesn't want to see his son succeed. Not putting Dan Hurley here, wants all the glory. Not putting Bill Self here. Who cares? Like, it just, I don't know. It's like the elite of the elites wouldn't do this for
No.
whatever reason. And I kind of love that as a takeaway.
Yeah, I like the idea of John Shire's unborn son being the fifth person on this list.
Lock it in, Dion. Why not?